Good evening, folks. Welcome to the super semi-finals of the Natascha Heavyweight Championship. We have done about two or 3 weeks now of the European Premiership tournament, and we're guaranteed a non-European tournament, non-European in the grands. European boxing for you. I'm joined here today by my analyses for this evening, Radovan, and we're going to be bringing you all of the semi-final action that you lot so graciously have been waiting for and deserve. So Rad, let's get into these. Let's waste nobody time here. Firstly, how are you today? You doing good?
I'm doing very well today since it's evening for me, so I should be already sleeping. But since it's my commentator duty, I have no choice but to attend this.
Such is the unfortunateness of Europe. Of Europe, we are several hours ahead of America, but nevertheless. So we have some interesting semi-finals for us tonight, don't we? And I'm going to start off with the all eyes are on Comfy Len match. Comfy Len versus Raz Dazzler. Now we are based in London, so Comfy Len is the only one here that has ping advantage out of the four semi-finalists here today. So let's just break this down then. So Comfy Len had a decent run, beat Katia in the first round, and had a fairly comfortable win over El Gato in the quarterfinals to reach the stage. And Raz fought a very valiant quarterfinal match against Bax. So, in your opinion, who do you think has the better momentum? Is it Comfy Len's decent win over El Gato, or do you reckon it's probably Raz? Because that quarterfinal match is pretty close, I'd say.
I have seen only a few matches of them fighting in practice, so I can only assume that they're going for the same strategies as they used in previous matches. So, but about Raz Dazzler, I don't know. He might as well switch up his tactics because the last one, I mean, it did end up for him on somewhat of that, but I think he's going for a new approach from what I can suspect.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly worked for him. This is his first NHBL season 10 tournament, I think. No, correct. No, it isn't, but it is definitely probably one of his better performances in this tournament. And of course, all eyes are on Comfy Len. Let's not beat around the bush here. Comfy Len is the defending champion of the Natasha, I think, from memory. Help serves me well. So pretty much all of the gazers in the world are going to be on Comfy Len tonight. So, do you reckon there's pressure there on Comfy Len's shoulders?
Well, I can reckon that. I mean, Confident is already a defending Natascha Heavyweight Champion, so he will most likely not going to let this title go to defend his title.
Adabsolutely, because well, I mean, Comfy Len is Comfy Len. His season so far has been a little bit lackluster. I feel like Comfy can admit that himself, but Comfy Len, of course, is the kind of the weird underdog of this story, and well, he's never faced Raz before, so this will be a new match, but it's Comfy Len. We all know that he's a very, very good boxer in his own right, and he's more than likely going to win. But on the other side of the bracket are two terrifying forces of goddamn nature waiting for him: Spotton and Brightboy. And if I believe this to be true, they have fought before. Let me see here. The win loss record between these two is one match. It was at the first tournament of the year, the Backyard Brawl. I think it was a Backyard Brawl at least, and that was a win against Spotton, 4-1. Now though, we're on European ping, so that means that Bright Boy. I think that 186 compared to Spot's 110. That could pose a threat, don't you think?
Mhm. Indeed. I mean, he will most likely count up the old wounds, but they're both on a massive, not even a massive, well, Bright Boy is on the, well, larger ping disadvantage, but I don't think it's going to top him uh, from delivering some decent punches on Spartan. I think if he's going with the same tactics, it's going to be a secured victory.
Mm. It's definitely a very interesting one. And Spotton, while Spotton I think Spotton has a record in the European finals before. In the last tournament, let me just pull this up real quick. I'm the statistician boy. Here we go. Spotton made it through to the semi-finals of that tournament, being beaten by Comfy Len, the eventual champion, 4-3, which is an interesting little statistic there. So Comfy Len and Spotton, if Spotton does make it through to the grands, it won't be the first time they've met in the European finals. And it's going to be weird. But for now, who is, as a last little analysis, pre-analysis, who's your money on? Also, we don't condone gambling, but who is your fictional money on?
I think it's going to be Spotton because he has already like a decent background. So I will bet my last 50 euros I have in my pocket.
I am actually, you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spice things up a bit. I'm going to go for Brightboy. He's got the consistency. He's very scary when he's on form, and I feel like that could swing it. He had a fairly comfortable route to the semi-finals, beating Raid Baron 2-0 and Dizzy. It was a little bit closer than I'd like, but Spotted is definitely looking hotter here. But I'm going to go for the counter simply because, well, Brightboy. Like, he is pretty damn good. And the top end of the bracket, Comfy Len versus Raz. I'm going to go Comfy Len. I think Comfy Len has definitely got the sort of explosive factor, and Raz is going to struggle against him. No offense to you, Raz. Prove me wrong all you want. Rad, your prediction for that?
I think it's going to be Comfy Len.
I'm going to go straight to the practice rounds. And our first matchup is the match that we just talked about, Spotton versus Brightboy. The very, very luminescent lad versus the Spotton. And this is going to be an interesting match, in my opinion. They have met before, obviously. The backyard brawl, Brightboy won 4-2-1. Which, I mean, I would say that it would dictate kind of what would happen, but it sometimes you have these shock upsets, you have these like initial sort of bursts and flurries of energy, and then it just kind of wears off sometimes. But Brightboy has seemingly not slowed down because and as you probably know, in the backyard brawl, he didn't win it, but he won against Spotton anyway, which just goes to show. So, who do you reckon, Rad? I'll pass this on to you. Who do you reckon here? Which would this look better on? This is a question I've not actually heard that much on. Who do you think would look better and more momentum going into this? Whoever wins this, who do you reckon has more momentum going into this, and who would win?
I would say that Brightboy has some decent punches. Like during this first warm-up round, he just showed how he can perfectly bait Spotton into like going into that lower left corner, and where you can see also his corpse. So he's more going into a furious and also that this kind of like baiting. Now we can see that the sides have switched, and yet Brightboy still manages to hit most of his punches.
Yeah, I would just like to say as well, thanks to my Australian friend of mine, Clay, by virtue of the current entrance in the NHBL finals, Raz Dazzler has qualified. So there you go. Congratulations to you, Raz. You have made it into the finals, and honestly, kind of deserved. Raz definitely has picked up a lot in this European final, I feel as well. But back to this. One thing I've noticed about these warm-up rounds is the passiveness, especially from Spotton. Do you reckon that's unusual in my eyes?
That wasn't really that much of a passive play. He went pretty furiously trying to hit Brightboy from the back, but Brightboy took the advantage from the side and finished him off there.
Well, round one of the Super Semis. It's been a long ass while. Here we go. Spotton immediately out of the gate delivering the first punch, and Brightboy kind of swinging and missing there in the middle of the ring. But Spotton has backed up into these ropes, and he's not letting up this ring aggression, though. Brightboy, though, taking stance. Both of them missing again. It's a flurry of punches, but Spotton taking his time. This is a weird Spotton. He misses the last punch, and Brightboy makes it 1-0.
That was an very interesting punch trade-off there, but we could see that that Brightboy was more of that baiting type. Now we're like trading punches in the middle, and he went kind of to the lower corners where he finished him off. But at first it was like a decent punch trading.
Round number 2. Both of them this is so weird to watch, but Spotton breaks out first with that first punch, and now the gator roll is applied. Oh, just perfection. Ties it up at 1-1, and that is just the quintessential gator roll, Red.
That was a nice, very nice waiting game. And then I see that Spotton has finally managed to get that vendetta on Brightboy. But it was after a while after a while of missing punches and punching into nowhere when finally Spotton got his hits perfectly tied to his body.
Round number 3. Brightboy taking a little bit more of an aggressive approach, and Spotton dancing around the edges of the ring. And Brightboy coming in. Spotton lands a huge punch, but he misses. Brightboy has the health advantage and the swing advantage, and just baits Spotton into these punches. It's 2-1, and this is pretty darn close.
Indeed, indeed it was. We could also see that they both were also extending the waiting game, like Spotton was trying to bait him to his part of the ring, while Brightboy took a more aggressive approach, and we could see all the punches connected, and it was secured to a victory for Brightboy.
No lollygagging, no funny business. It's round number 4. And look at this passive play. Both of them not even going into the other side of the ring's color. That's how passive they are being. They're both dancing around this ring. Spotton makes the first move, and now they've swapped sides. It's a ballet, folks. Spotton lands that first punch, but Brightboy returns in time, and a missed punch from Brightboy might set him up here. But Spotton's missing these punches so hard. It's 3-1. How is he doing this? Brightboy's either movement or what? Red. What's happening?
that was a very elegant and furious ballad of two boxers. First, where both of them were switching on staying in their sides, and then occasionally switching. But we could see that Brightboy took the advantage of Spotton dancing around, hitting him in the back, and then securing the victory for himself.
Can Brightboy make this rivalry 2-0 here? And Spotton misses another punch. Brightboy has him tucked into a corner. Could this be it? Oh my word! Spotton, it's just one missed punch after another. It's the inconsistency. And pending a dispute, we have our first grand finalist, Brightboy.
Congratulations, Brightboy. Respect to the loser. And I must say that was also an interesting fight, because they both were like trying to stay in their part of the ring, while yet we could see that Brightboy was taking most of these punches while Spotton was punching into nowhere mostly. And Brightboy, well, congratulations on winning this round.
Play of face. His face
Fireworks.
Why don't you know?
Fireworks, fireworks, fireworks. They're in Peru tonight. They are in Peru tonight. On to the grand final, the first ever non-European to make the grand final. Wow. And what an achievement from South America. So the first actual, you're now going for a world championship. And this is your first ever attempt for a world championship. First ever South American who is through to the top 4 in the European finals. You've just been breaking records, man.
Oh, gotta be honest, Clayface. Like, I have history with Spotton. He's an aggressive boy, but to die in this match, he was very, very, very passive. He wasn't like the old Spotton that I know, like from before. He wasn't the guy who's gonna like gonna punch you, you know. But now that I'm in the grand finals, my only objective is to win, because my main objective in season 10 is to get all the belts. I get the finite championship belt. I got the Ironclad championship belt. I'm going to win this.
Now you wait for the winner of tonight's fight between Comfy Len and Raz Dazzler. You've got history with both of them, to my knowledge. who do you think is gonna take it out? Who would you rather fight?
Being honest, I don't know who I want to face because both of them are dangerous in a way. Like Raz, I know him, I trained with him, and since it's an EU sub, I think it's gonna be wacky. So my best bet, and sorry Raz, I think it's going to be Comfy Len. I think I have a good read on him, except Raz. Raz is just gonna.
Isn't it? Isn't it gonna be absolutely great to hear the Peru national anthem during the Natascha Heavyweight Championship?
Whew. Yes, indeed. I am going to play that during prize presentation.
It is time for our second semi-final. As the warm-ups begin here, it is the match which if there is an upset, I will absolutely curl up into a ball and shrivel. But it is Comfy Len, the reigning and defending Natascha and also Natascha heavyweight champion, versus Raz Dazzler. And looking at Raz's record, it's not bad, but it's not up to the standard which we saw him in the previous season. Do you reckon that the sort of kind of time away question mark and also the current form might affect Raz's sort of mentality going into this match?
I wouldn't reckon that because he like during the first warm up round he really seemed comfortable in the way he was doing it. He's also like he is now during this warm up round we can see that he is trying to push Confield into the corner, but it didn't really work out for him. Maybe he is trying to switch up the tactics and maybe like he will try to fight Confield but with respect because well he is already carrying the title, so I reckon he's going to go like more casually on him.
Looking at Raz's records, it's lost to Teddy in the first round of the Crits Cast Clash, and in the Boxing Day Classic, he lost to Cooper King, similarly 2-0. So Raz has got a lot of catching up to do here, and although Raz has already qualified for finals, this is going to be a huge test of strength here. Our second semi-final. Here we go, and they're both immediately aggressive in the center of the ring. Comfy taking the first few blows, measuring Raz, and now they're kind of passive. They're both trading in these first punches. Oh my goodness me! That was either a hit registration or super close because I swear Comfy Len swung there first, but Raz is 1-0 up.
Indeed, it was the first meeting and the punch trade off was a little bit was already like Ayaz are going to be on the same level with health, but we could see that Raz Dazzler took the advantage of Confield and missing some of his shots, which has leaded to his victory.
Round number 2 here. The Raz is up 1-0, and that is a wild flailing punch. Comfy has got all the time in the world, but he does measure it out. Doesn't beef it, though. Absolute sort of brilliant tracking you saw just then.
Indeed it was. All the punches connected. That was only Razzler's fault that he punched into nowhere, which was taken into advantage by Confield and finishing him off now and even scoring it into 1-on-1, making it a tie. Hopefully Raz or even Confield will make it a tiebreaker.
Round number 3. Both tied at 1-1. Raz takes the immediate aggression into the center of the ring, but Comfy Len just absolutely hammering him home, and he was either a missed punch or Raz failed to really swing in time. Just Comfy Len just rolled with those punches, quite literally played the passive game, and it worked.
Indeed, he'd work into his advantage. We could see that Raz Dazzler was trying, not he was like trying to bait him. Confield was trying to push him to the ropes at the edges of the arena just to finish him off in there, and it really worked. Now he broke the tie, and we can only hope that Raz Dazzler could make another tie, or he could finish it off by himself.
Round number 4. Both of them in the middle of the ring. Raz taking an immediate aggressive approach again, and the hill has just turned into a goddamn mountain. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me. Raz failing to get a few punches out, and it's 3-1 to Len.
Indeed it was. Comfy Len trying to bait people now. Now, like first he's going to completely furious, now he's trying to bait and also pushing people onto the edges of the ring, which has turned into his advantage again, and now it's only a 3-1. Hopefully Raz will take the last step, at least securing that 1 point.
Will Raz's playoff run end right here? We'll have to wait and see. Raz taking immediate ring aggression again. And now the consistency of these punches. A flailing punch. With 360! And Comfy Len moves to the grand final. There's no slowing this guy down. The defending and reigning Natascha champion taking it in his stride.
He wants to show that he really deserved that title. And I can only say, congratulations, Comfy Len, on another victory for you. And Raz, don't worry, you'll get another chance in the next one.
Lenny. Well, I
Hello,
tell you
friend.
what, the fan squad was out tonight. You had Angus Beef over there holding the Lenny sign. You had yourself. You're still defending your Natascha Heavyweight Champion, Len. What a performance.
Oh, thank you, Clay. Yeah, it was tough. I was a bit nervous about the fight. I know Raz is incredibly strong, but again, EU's my territory. I couldn't let America just come and walk all over the EU, so I had to do something.
You now meet Brightboy in the grand final, and the first ever non-European to make the Natascha Heavyweight Championship. It's almost bringing back memories from when I was watching season 6 when El Caminante, the first ever European, made the Natascha Heavyweight Championship for the first time. Now we've got the 4th Natascha Heavyweight Championship will be contested with one person outside of Europe. How does that make you feel?
Well, he's made the finals, but the finals are as far as he's going to get. He's not going to get any further to that medal. I'm going to add another one to my collection. Let's see if I can have 2 on my chest at the same time, huh?
2 on the chest at the same time. Now, you've had a rocky start. You're here on European territory. What happens when we see you back in the United States territory?
As long as I have the consistency of the KGB. If you notice, all of the fights that I've not really had much luck with, they've all been sort of with like the warrior spirit and things like that. They're a bit too quick for my style, so I tend to struggle. But with the KGB, I'm comfortable, and I think that shows in the quality of the fighting that I can do with them.
I'd like to just say here that I'm sure every single one of us in this server would like to see you take on White Russian Bear in a proper major circuit match. I think that's what everybody else also wants to see there, because he's been on a roll in the US circuit, and
I'm pretty sure I'll get rolled, but
Ooh.
if we do come up against each other, that would be exciting. Preferably not a round 1.
Well, of course. What a night it has really been, guys. We have got the super semis done. What a fantastic grand final. The 4th Natascha Heavyweight Championship is coming up next week, but tonight we are giving out some prizes for 3rd and 4th place, and we do have those prizes set. We do have those places set. In 4th place, by a virtue of scoreline of 6 rounds won and 6 rounds lost, is Raz Dazzler. Congratulations to Raz Dazzler. He will walk home with a genuine Siberian Sophisticator. And in 3rd place by rounds won and lost is Spottin with 6 rounds won and 5 rounds lost. 3rd place for Spottin. He will walk home with a genuine Pitloka and 2 main coast supply crate keys. Congratulations to both Raz and Spottin for making it this far to the super semis of the 4th European finals. Ridge will be going to the interviews right now. Ridge.
That's quite spontaneous. I didn't realize that was the case. Here we go. Interview time. We'll start at the. I think, did you say 4th place was Raz? Yes.
Yes,
In
of
that
course,
case,
absolutely.
it'll be Raz who goes first. Raz, you came into this tournament a little bit of an underdog, a tiny bit of a one, maybe a tiny little dog, a tiny little woof woof bark bark, and you did fairly well considering. You faced off against the title holder. How did you feel going into that match? I was kind of worried. I was worried. I kind of was worried about ping. Fair enough. Ping is a definite thing as a person who does more melee and market gardener combat nowadays. It is a big problem. I can back that up. Of course, market gardener's not the same, but oh well. Yeah, I had one phantom punch during those matches too. Yeah, I mean, as is the case with being on ping, sometimes it's just the game doesn't like you. But there you go. So, are you proud of your result? And what do you reckon there is for you going forwards into this? Because you qualify for the finals. Let's not forget that. 0 to 4th. Not bad. Not bad going. Not bad going at all. You mean you defeated Bax, which is a pretty damn good win, actually. Bax has gotten scarily good as of recent, so a good win for you. I hope for better results in America. There you go. I want you to sum up in one word, one word for all of your opponents in the finals. So give me one word. I know that kind of puts a lot of kind of a weird pressure, but there you go. It's just a shaking of the head. Short phrase, then I'll put it. Interesting. Interesting. Congratulations, Raz, for the 4th place victory. Now, Spotton. He's dead. Spotton. Our 3rd placer tonight. Now, I saw after the match in the text chat you had a few words to say. So, and we all know that Spotton is the way that he be. So, Spotton, I'll ask you one simple question. What are your thoughts? There's your thoughts. There's your thoughts.
Okay, let me actually be a human being. Essentially, what I learned this, right? I was like not really paying attention to ping. Then as the warm-up round started and I looked at the ping, I am not gonna lie, I kind of dreaded this match immediately. And as the warm-up rounds went on and on, I just knew from the beginning that I was going to have a hard match. Because I'm throwing punches and I am seeing things move at a million miles per hour. I think I hit him, I didn't hit him. I think I hit him, I didn't hit him. Oh, I have him against the ropes. How did he suddenly get right behind me? It made no sense. You could say that's good movement, and I don't doubt that it's good movement because he also has good movement in what is it? In NA. But specifically here in EU, when the man has nearly 200 ping, and I have 100 ping myself, and that stacks up to about 300 ping, a 300 ping match. I don't think I'm really gonna be able to consistently hit a lot of punches, which is what happened a lot. But I'm not gonna lie. I've never been a sour sport about anything. I've never been anything about anything. And I wasn't gonna start now. I just wanted to get that over with.
Okay.
Comfy Len's gonna have to deal with that. I'm gonna get to watch him fight.
Oh God, yeah, it's goodness me, 200 ping. Any final thoughts before I hand it over?
We've been hearing speeches from our past and present staff, and tonight's final word speech is going to be from the man himself, Ridge. Ridge.
Oh boy, we're here, aren't we? This is it. This is the moment. Well, I can't say that I have anything prepared because as everything that I have ever done for the NHBL, every speech I've ever done, any casting I've ever done is completely improv. The only thing I pride myself on is my improv skills when it comes to things like this, but. And I'd go on a tirade of the fact that I did host boxing promotions back in 2016, the WFL, the HFL, the HFC, all of those things, and I'd harp on about that for a bit, but I won't this time because it isn't appropriate, I don't think, because I don't want to make this about myself. That's the thing. I don't want to make this about myself because at the end of the day, this is the celebration of the NHBL, And I would like to say a couple of things. Firstly, a humongous thank you to all of the staff and everyone who has been involved. They are brilliant people. Everyone I have met here has been incredibly nice and just bubbly people to hang out with, and they are exceptional people. If anyone was going to host, if I trusted anyone to host a random TF2 heavy boxing thing, it was going to be them. So big thanks to Clay and Fed for actually reaching out to me and contacting me for the first time. Apparently, I didn't even want to do commentary at first. Haha, look at me now. The second thing that I want to talk about is a little bit more personal. I don't dabble with personal stuff, but if there's one thing, and if I had to sum it up in one word, what the NHBL has done for me is confidence. Because of the NHBL, I've branched out into casting for many different things. Jump Academy's MGA division. I have casted a couple of Team Fortress 2 competitive matches, and I have progressed my commentary style thanks to the NHBL. It got me inspired to put my voice out there in the world. And it's a takeaway that I feel like every single person here should have, is that if the NHBL should have done one thing for you, is give you a lot of confidence. And I can safely hand on heart say the NHBL has given me just that. It genuinely has. And I would just like to say again a massive thank you for that. Because without that, I would not have had, without the NHBL and the experiences with that, I wouldn't have had the confidence in my improvisation skills, my voice, my ability to cast things, and as I don't want to make this a motivational speech, but I want to say that you can do it too. Every single player has the ability to do whatever the hell they want to do, and the NHBL for me has been a stepping stone in that direction. It really has. I'm very sad to see it go, but if there's one thing I can say is that the NHBL has given so many people like us confidence, and I want to say that you can have confidence too. Believe in yourselves in this, in the I'm sorry for swearing, in this dog shit time that we live in. You can do it. You can do it. It's no one told you can't. You can do it. It doesn't matter if you're casting, if you're reffing, if you're boxing, you can do it. No one's going to stop you. And if people try to, they're just dickheads who don't know any better. So, brilliant. Now, if I have two more little spicy words. I think a couple of weeks ago, I told the staff members that I was going to be retiring from play-by-play, which basically means that I would not be show hosting anymore. However, tonight and watching Rocket League broadcasting and taking notes, doing Jump Academy stuff, has reinvigorated me a little bit. Now, the staff don't know this, but I am not going to be retiring from play-by-play. Not now, not ever. You're riding with me for the rest of the goddamn season, baby. You're riding with me. I ain't leaving my brethren's hanging. I'm not leaving her hanging, bro. I can't do them like that. So I am going to be doing play-by-play tomorrow for the finals, and hopefully whenever I get called in next. So that's a big Poggers moment. But yeah, again, thank you so much for giving me the confidence. And of course, Fight Night was a whole thing. God, that was fun. And it's brilliant. Thank you. Before I go, and before this stream closes out, the trusty fact book. It's become a meme now, so I might as well commit to the bit. Because this is the last time I'm gonna... It's not the last time I'm gonna have the fact book, but this is definitely gonna be it's definitely going to be a meaningful fact. So I might as well make this count. Here we go. Nobody knows whether or not bats fart. What a time we live in.